ticket was like,
bro, it was like a
like
fucking
CVS
receipt, bro.
yeah.
Literally, that's literally what it was.
What's going on, guys? It's Ben James. My name is Ben James. I go by Straight Bet Ben. If you've been following me recently, that's what I go by, and that's what I put out. Sitting next to me is damn near my brother-in-law. I see him fucking 7 days a week. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey guys, my name's Chris Harrigan. I go by Player Prop Chris. You can call me that. That's my ad on Twitter. Because I mainly just bet player props. I stay off the money lines. Just the safest way to bet for me.
Is that what we're calling you? We're going with the full player prop Chris?
Player prop Chris.
So
bro.
when I'm talking, I'm like, yo, player prop Chris? What do I...
Nah, Chris is fine.
I can say Chris?
Yeah.
All right, cool. But you got to call me Straight Bet Ben.
All right, you got it.
All right, let's get into the shit. All right, look, I go by Straight Bet Ben because, like, my success in straight bets has been, like, when we compare it to my parlays, like, that's what I win in. Okay, I've ran through $50 probably 10,000 times, and then I'll place $1,000 on a game, and I'll win $800. So that's kind of just like my logic with it, doing positive ROI and all that. Like, I'll still do same game parlays, I'll still do 2-team money lines, but like, I'm not looking to do anything where I'm risking losing 500 because I don't want to chase profit the next game. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's really my goal, and that's how I bet. And yeah, break down how you do it.
Yeah, so pretty much I try to stay away from the money lines. Me personally, I think it's easier
Do you like the players?
Exactly. I like to put my money on how a player is going to perform. Rebounds, assists, points. To me, it's just safer. A team, you need all the players to be performing well, right, to win a game.
Yeah. Every it seems like people think players win games, but it's a team effort.
It is, yeah, like, 100%. And sometimes that one great player will perform really well, but the team
still lose. Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the day, for me, it's player props.
Yeah. Well, like, what did LeBron score that night when he broke the record?
I think like 40.
And what did they lose by? Like something, something stupid. It's like LeBron breaks the record and then they still lose the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel you on that. Like I like player props. Like I'll like fucking tail your shit sometimes. But
yeah, for sure. And I'll tail your shit too. Just
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like something like we both have different ways on making money when it comes to sports betting, but like there's ways to make money, and we both just specialize in different ways.
Right.
So I think that's something special, and I think we both have something special to offer the audience. I don't think I fucking did this, but this is episode 1, season 1, part 1 of Straights and Lottos. I do straight bets. He does lottos.
Lottos, yeah.
Straight Bet Ben, player prop Chris. So Chris, if you want to, before we get started, I think we should kind of introduce like what we're gonna be talking about on the show and like what we're gonna be getting into. Like if we like this is episode 1, so like it's gonna be this is gonna be like a preview of what we're gonna be doing. But why don't you like kind of explain that?
Yeah. So pretty much in general, we're gonna be speaking about just what's going on in the sport, in the sports world in general. Anything from trades, our opinions on bets. Different picks, pretty much everything, that has to do with sports. It's not just betting, though. I want everyone to know that. It's going to be a variety of everything. So even if you're not a bettor, that's perfectly fine. You're going to like the show because we're going to have a variety for all viewers.
Right, yeah. We're going to be talking about everything, like the culture in sports betting, the culture in general of sports, maybe some other bullshit, maybe a little this, maybe a little that, but we're really just going to be talking sports. But also we want to tap into our betting strategy, and that's really what I like about our duo, because he does the lottos, I do the straights, and it's just a way for us to kind of like give back, and like we just want to see people make money. So like that's our goal. That's what this show is about. Chris, I want you to tell us your biggest parlay winner.
So the biggest,
give it to us.
The biggest parlay winner that I've ever hit, it was $25 to win like $5,000.
Woo!
It was during the MLB season.
Which is coming back.
Yep, it's coming back, which I'm really excited for. I had Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, and Byron Buxton.
And that motherfucker hit it out the park.
So
right?
all hit a home run in one night, and it happened. I'll never forget it. It was the 8th inning in the Twins game. Byron Buxton it was his last at bat. Dude, he crushed
Fucking
it
sweet
all the way to
money.
left field, home run, cleared the whole play for me. It was one of the craziest things to turn $25 into $5,000.
It's like the fucking best feeling in the
Dude.
world. And like the parlays I've hit, like holy shit. That feeling you get when you win like a massive fucking parlay, like you just know you're gonna sleep great that night.
Especially when
Like
you're not
that's
putting
my
that
thing.
much.
You're just gonna fucking sleep like a baby. Like if I like last night, I won on the Penguins and who the hell did they verse? Penguins and I forget, but we won. Oh, Penguins and Blue Jackets. I fell asleep before the game ended. It was like 4-0 or whatever. I was dreading that like 5-0 ending, but I had the over 6.5.
Right.
So I fall asleep and I wake up at 3 a.m. and I see it hit, and I was just like, let's fucking go.
It's the best feeling.
Fucking go. It's just like there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. But yeah, shit. I would say when I'm talking about, I don't like do crazy odds, and I honestly don't even know my craziest odds parlay, but my biggest wager I ever did, I put $10,000 on the Oilers to beat the Rangers. I put a 10-piece chicken McNugget, bro. And this was like my first year of sports betting, but I was running it up. Like I was killing shit. Like the books were just like giving it to me. Like I was unstoppable. The Oilers is tied up after 1-1. The Rangers come out fucking firing. Like they score like 3 unanswered goals. So it's like 4-1 going into the third. So I'm like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on a heater, and then I just put out basically everything I made. And this isn't betting advice. Like, don't follow that shit. That's just like what I did.
Do not do it.
Yeah. So like, I put up the 10K. It's 4-1 going to the third. Fucking Oilers come back, make it 4-4, and then it goes in the. Did it go in? No, it didn't go into OT. Did it? I forget if it went into OT, but I will never fucking forget. Puljujärvi, he comes through on a fucking breakaway. No, it did go to OT. Yeah, because it was 5-5. It ended 5-5, right? And then the game ends 6-5 on a fucking breakaway in OT. And like, I've never screamed so loud, and this was like a 10:30 game. So my girl's sleeping and I'm watching it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck, and I'm just screaming, going crazy, and she wakes up like so mad. I'm like, babe, I just won 10 grand. Like, and I'm flipping out, and she doesn't get it, but it's like, dude, that's just the fucking culture we're doing. And like,
100%.
that's probably like my best win. I mean, we've had a great season. Like, we went 7-2 the other day, like 9-1. Like, we've been killing shit. But yeah, that was probably like my best fucking win.
Yeah, when you get that big come up, dude, there's no better feeling. Especially when you're putting down like little money. Like the lottos
yeah.
I do, 10, 20, win a couple
I don't care-
100,000.
I don't care if you're putting $1 and you make fucking 100. If you hit a 8-teamer, a 5-teamer,
It's impressive.
Dude,
it really is, bro.
it's fucking crazy, dude. And it's like, I'm hyped for anyone who does that. Okay, I wanna this season's been cool, but I want to talk about last season. We can talk about, how'd you like the NFL season last year?
I thought it went pretty well. I mean, again, I'm a Giants fan, so I was happy with the turnout. I mean, making the playoffs was awesome. Something that we don't see too often as Giants fans. But I enjoyed the season. Yeah, I think it was pretty good.
Yeah,
as
it
far
was
as betting wise too, I mean, I did pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What teams fucked you?
The Cardinals.
They fucked you.
Cardinals screwed me all the time. A lot of DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh yeah, because you're player
He's
props.
messed me up a few times where I've needed him on the last leg to score a touchdown.
That's the fucking worst.
And he didn't.
Like when you on like a last leg, like you went through all the favorites or I mean the underdogs and shit, and then you got a last leg, like a minus 300.
Yeah, I think he was like maybe plus 100. Bro, he scores all the time.
Yeah, dude.
So it's like,
fucking bullshit.
dude, at this point, I'm like, yeah, I got it in the bag, and he doesn't score, and it's like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Shit happens, bro. That's betting for you. But with the fucking Giants, like, talking about this Daniel Jones shit, because, like, were we watching the same games, like, as the head coach and whoever assigns 160 M's to a player? Because, like, I just don't see it. I mean, like, when it comes to football, I bet more than I watch football. Now, when it comes to hockey and all that shit, like, I'm watching that shit. But when it comes to
Right.
football, I'm more of a bettor. I look into statistics and I watch, but I'm more like watching the games I bet on. So give me that. Like, give me some breakdown on Jones. Why is he getting 160 M's?
So just yesterday, they made an agreement, 4 years, 160 million. But if you look into the contract a little bit, 2 years guaranteed, I believe it's like 82 million.
Sheesh.
I think we have to give him a chance. Truly, dude. The Giants have had so many injuries on the receiving core. At one point, bro, they literally probably had the practice squad going out there, and he had
That's
his
right.
best season just this past season.
So you're saying it's the team. They saw the potential in him.
dude, the new coach that the Giants just got, he's changing the culture of the Giants. Just they were winning games. I mean, it was incredible. They literally their whole season, dude, just turned around.
Yeah, but 160 M's.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree with it.
I mean, they made it to the playoffs.
Yeah,
They made it to the playoffs. So I mean, like,
with the team they had, I didn't think they were gonna. I was impressed with how he performed, though. I mean, his performance definitely got a lot better. But hopefully, I'm looking hopefully to see if Saquon Barkley gets his contract.
oh yeah, what's going on with him?
So they're pretty much stalled right now, from what I just read. They're trying to come to numbers, but it's not going great right now.
And what'd you say? He's like, it's not a free agent, but he's like,
No, he has the
draft
tag
something?
on him right now, so I'm pretty
And what's
sure
that?
he's free to like go speak with other teams. But the Giants want to sign him, so they put the tag on him, letting Barkley know, hey, we want you. Let's work something out. But I'm pretty sure I didn't really go into terms of the agreements on it, but I'm pretty sure he's free to kind of go explore other
to
options.
do his thing
Yeah,
and kind of find his best position and shit like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I mean, like, that's kind of like the NHL. Like, I loved, like, kind of what they did this year with, like, the different players they got. Like, the Leafs got O'Reilly and, like, the Rangers got Kane. And it just seems like everyone's kind of, like, building their next 2-year team, their
Definitely.
Stanley Cup team.
Who's the other guy that's on the Rangers he used to play with Kane on the Blackhawks? You know who I'm talking about? The other guy?
The other guy?
Yeah, I
the
forgot
other
his
guy?
name.
He used to play on the
He,
Rangers?
no. He was
And
on
they
the
changed-
he was
and
on
they
the
traded him?
Blackhawks with Kane.
Patrick Kane. Oh,
Yeah, but he's also on the Rangers now.
I don't know. Let us
don't
know in
know.
the comments. Let us know in the comments because sometimes we're a little blacked on that. But yeah, dude, I just think that the drafts that were made, it was like everything was a big draft, and like my favorite one was like the Phoenix Copley one, which he went he got traded to the Kings. If anyone follows hockey, like that was a like he didn't know that was gonna happen.
Right.
Like he didn't know. Like he just woke up and was told this shit. So since he's been drafted to that team, like they've been playing amazing, and he's been trying to prove a point because it's like y'all just gave me up like out of the blue. And yeah, I just think a lot of the trades were good. I think a lot of teams still need to find their rhythm. You know, because you get new players in the locker room, you have different chemistry.
For sure.
Like, I don't know. I just think some of them are going to need to find their rhythm. The Hurricanes, they didn't get too many trades, but they have a couple. I forget the names off top. But, yeah, I'm excited to see how they play. I'm excited to see how they do in the Cup. That's one team that, like, scares me when it comes to, like, they've been, like, fucking killing shit, like, this whole season. But they've been so inconsistent in the playoffs, and that's what bothers me. And is it kind of like that in football too?
Oh yeah, dude, 100%.
See, that's my one thing, guys. Like I said, I bet football, but like I don't watch it and watch one team every game or like I'm more like betting that. But like go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, in football, that happens all the time. You have teams that they play great throughout the regular season, come playoffs, and they choke, they fall apart. Happens to the Vikings all the time. Hate to call you out if you're a Vikings fan, but it does.
Happens to the Leafs too, dude. They freaking never make it out of the first round of the playoffs, and they're plus 800. That's what I can never understand. Like, you look at these teams that are just like legacy teams, and they're like at the top. Like, that makes no sense. Like, if you're watching how they, like, the Leafs, like, yeah, they got O'Reilly and they're doing their shit, but like then you see the Kings, who are like, not even the Kings. You see like the Lightning. I think they're plus 1,200 to win the cup.
Wow.
They've won 2 cups, and they've made it last year to the 3rd. And then
plus 1,200.
And then you got the Leafs, who haven't even like got to the first round of the playoffs. So I think there's like, that's what I've been looking at. Sorry to go off on a tangent.
Everyone go grab that line plus 1,200.
Yeah, and then I mean, like, I even said on Twitter the other day, like, the Kings are 30-1 plus 3,000. So I put $100 on it. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that's what I'm on with the hockey. All right, bro, you gotta talk to me about this basketball. Can we play the John Morant clip? I just want to pull it up. All right, so look, we got John Morant smoking, drinking, whatever, but he's posting on Instagram Live, and then we got him punching a 17-year-old, threatening head of security at a mall, and pointing a laser at another team's bus. We don't know if it's a gun or not, but... And then we got him posting guns on social media. Break it down, bro.
So I'm going to say something's obviously going on with him.
Well, hold on, I have one question. How many years has he been playing?
I think he's been in the league like 5 years now. Yeah, a couple. He hasn't been in the league for that long. But I will say this. I know there's an investigation going on with the NBA right now. They're trying to see, did he have the gun in the locker room, on the team bus, anywhere where it's a team facility, because he could potentially be suspended for like the rest of the season, if that were to be the case.
How many games did he get suspended for?
I think like only 2 or 3.
I saw 50.
Really? 50?
I saw 50 somewhere. I could be wrong. But I also saw 2.
From what I just saw recently, I think it was 2 or 3 games. And he did announce, he said he's stepping away for a little bit to focus on how he's going to better himself and better handle like stressful situations. But dude, you can't be doing that.
Dude, honestly, dude, I thought he was lit. I thought he was chilling. I think he was kind of like living the life. Nah, I'm bullshit. Look, in the end of the day, like, my take on it is like, you are who you surround yourself with.
No, for sure, yeah.
And like, when you get in that position of making that kind of money, you alter. Some don't, some do, because of like where you came from and what you grew up with. So I think like it's a difficult situation because like, I don't know. I thought he was a new player. Is 5 years new?
He's been a couple of years. I don't know if it's exactly 5 years.
Like, has he been making this type of money
over the last couple? Dude, yeah. I mean, he's an all-star now. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's such a shame, when something like this happens to such a good player, because they have so much potential. He's still so young. So young,
How old is he?
Dude, he's probably in his 20s, like early 20s.
Yeah, well, he's definitely in his 20s.
Yeah, he's in his early 20s. He's been having a great season too. Affecting the team wise.
That's what I was thinking about. Like,
Yeah.
how does this affect the momentum? I mean, we saw a very like low scoring game last night where they played the Lakers.
Yeah, they played the Lakers.
Yeah, so we saw a very low scoring game last night. Like, do you think that affected it?
I think it has a lot to do with it. I think
So let's take the under, boys.
yeah, seriously. No, I think it has a lot to do with it. The whole team is affected by it. You can only imagine the vibe in the locker room. They're missing their best player. That's like LeBron being out for the Lakers. You know what I mean? It's it's such you're missing the foundation of your team. So, and not for good reasons. It's not like he's out because of an injury. They're worried about him, his mental health. Something's clearly off with him right now. So, hopefully they figure that out. But I do think it's putting a big damper on the team right now.
Yeah, man, it's a shame. It's a shame when you see like people with like such bright futures and they just fuck it up by doing dumb shit online. Like whatever you're gonna do, like just keep it offline, guys. Like just do your shit. Like if you want to smoke, if you want to drink, just keep it offline. Like now, like with the gun thing, like there's no way they can prove it's his.
No, yeah, but him holding it though on live video,
yeah, but
it doesn't look good. Whether it's his or not, you can't be in that position. You have so many people watching you, dude. The NBA, they have people that watch you as a player. They know what you're doing. They know who you're hanging out with.
Because it's your brand.
Bro, yeah, they know. So that was just stupid on Ja's part, but I really hope he's all right. I hope he comes back. He's a great player. I love watching him play, so hopefully he comes back and he's, same old Ja Morant.
Yeah, no, it's sad, man. I hate seeing shit like that, especially like I feel like kids who make it in the NBA, like they do so well in school, like, and like they have their priorities straight at a young age.
Yeah.
And it's just like rappers or like entertainers, like they get certain fame and then all of a sudden they want to be in a gang or they want to do certain stuff. I'm not saying that's what he wants to do.
Yeah,
but in the end of the day, like you are who you surround yourself with. Now, I don't know who he surrounds himself with, but this is the first time I'm hearing about it. So I would imagine it's changed over the past year or two. I don't know.
But this is one thing, right? So we have him holding the gun, right, on Instagram Live.
Which was recent.
Then you have he's punching a 17-year-old.
And when was that? That's what I'm confused
dude,
about.
this is all recent stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure that it's like been a domino effect
so
for
it feels
Ja.
like some CTE shit.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's like one thing after the next with him. If you go on ESPN right now, bro, they're probably talking about it. He's all over the sports news and it's not obviously for anything good. So, he threatened the head of security apparently at the mall.
Yeah. I forget what bus it was, but I was reading last night like he drove by and like beamed him.
Yeah. Now they don't know.
Yeah,
they
don't
saying
know if it's a gun.
If it was the gun, but
dude, honestly, in that video where he's in the dark, I thought he was in a studio with NBA YoungBoy. I was like, yo, he's in the fucking studio with NBA YoungBoy holding the gun, and there's like girls in the back like grinding on each other. I'm like, he's just in the studio.
Yeah, he's in the studio.
Like that's all I was thinking about. He's just in the studio doing his thing, and then like it was like a nightclub apparently.
Yeah,
or some shit, but,
yeah.
like,
I think they were.
I was like, he's just in the studio chilling. Like that's what goes on.
It was after the Nuggets game, so I think they were in downtown Denver, dude, just messing around, and one thing led to another, and I don't know, dude.
I'm glad you bring up the Nuggets, dude, because like that's the one team that fucked me in basketball.
The
this
Nuggets,
season.
yeah.
Dude, like, what the hell? How do you pronounce the name?
Nikola Jokic.
I don't even want to talk about how much that motherfucker has fucked me, dude. Like, so every time I'm watching a game, right, I'll like bet against the Nuggets or whatever, and
Probably bet him every day, double
right,
doubles,
triple doubles, all that. So watch, I'm watching the game, and they go every time I watch it. He hits the triple double. He's undefeated when they hit the triple double. Now, mind you, the Nuggets can be down, but if he hits the triple double,
they're winning.
They're winning. They could be down 30 points, and I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
And it's like the worst thing ever. That's who I think is gonna win the NBA championship. Literally,
the Nuggets, yeah.
Literally just because of him, and because if they make it, I would never bet against them.
Right.
Cause like, dude, like,
no, they're a very well-rounded team, and
it's like I like to look at teams like, what have you done for me lately?
right.
And like when a team has beaten me so much, I feel like they've done more for me.
Right.
Because they're like teaching me a lesson. They're like spanking me on the ass and like, yo, bet us. And then you bet them and they fucking lose the next game.
And then he puts up a triple-double and they still lose.
Right, yeah. That's fucking sports betting for you guys. Gamble responsibly.
Seriously.
It's the one thing I always want to say. NBA championship, who do you like? Why? Who are your favorite players? Give me the breakdown because you know way more about basketball. Again, that's just something I bet. I don't watch, all the time, but I bet it. I stay up to date
Right.
on certain shit. But break it down, give it to me.
So the NBA Finals, I am going with the Boston Celtics.
Okay.
I think
The Irish.
the Irish. I'm Irish.
I'm Irish
we're going,
too, bro.
We're going with the Celtics.
My boy.
We're going with the Celtics.
Tommy, bro.
So I gotta say, they have a really
Honestly, wait, let me just say something. That's probably the worst time to ever get left hanging. Live on camera, but all right, go ahead.
So I'm gonna go with the Celtics because they have such a good team surrounding Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. They added a few pieces along the way. Their chemistry is really good. So I can definitely see them making a very deep playoff run and definitely winning the finals. They've come so close, dude, in the past couple of years. Arguably, you can say the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you so I was talking to my brother about this, and I think we spoke about it too. Like, do we double down on the Suns' future? Like, do we do that? But it's like, we just be following the hype, right?
Right. So that's what I was going to say. So the Suns, right, they just got Kevin Durant. Had they got him earlier on in the season, maybe I would say.
It would create a better momentum, more chemistry.
Because, dude, it takes so much chemistry to get good, let alone to go to the playoffs, go to the finals. Yes, they're all great players, but you have to build that chemistry. The Celtics have had pretty much the same team for a couple of years now. Like I said, they did add a couple pieces. They've gotten better. I think Jaylen Brown, he's really proved himself. I mean, people are like, oh, Jason Tatum's better, whatever. It's your opinion. Jaylen Brown has stepped up. He's producing. He's having a very good season. I can see them making a very, very good run this year.
Yeah, and if you have your own opinion, fucking bet against Chris.
Yeah.
Bet against his player prop, but I guarantee he's going to fucking beat you. So, whatever.
Yeah, definitely. Celtics.
So
Celtics.
Celtics to win in what?
In what?
Like in 5 and...
So it depends on who they're versing, but I'll say.
All right, so what's your ideal matchup? Or all right, let me ask you this. What's your ideal betting matchup for you to make money off the game? And then what's your matchup just as a fan?
How about this? The both. I like the Suns versus Celtics for both ways. For betting and as a fan because, bro, they're shooters. Both teams
So you're just taking overs.
Over
points.
I'm taking
alternate parlays.
maybe a couple of them to hit 5 threes in a game.
Some big shit.
Dude, it would be a shootout.
He sent me a ticket yesterday. It was what? It was a 4-leg parlay. Like each player had to make 5 threes.
Yeah.
Oh, it was $10 and you won what?
On the was
$20. It was something or $100. It was something small and you won
20.
You won 30 grand or some shit.
Yeah, crazy, dude, crazy. Dude, you can. That's what I'm saying. If they make the finals, forget it, bro.
Yeah. See, that's my one thing when it comes to parlays. And that's one thing why I did start Straight Bet Ben because everyone on Twitter is making it look so easy, and it's not.
No.
It's really not. It's not.
No.
When you hit one though, it covers your bankroll. But it's hard, you know what I'm saying? So it's that's just my one thing. And it's I'd rather know I'm walking away or have a better chance of walking away with $500 than lose 50 every night.
Right.
But that's why you got to follow the right people, do your fucking research and stop. Even if one of your favorite handicappers lose and you tailed it, that's your business. Do your own research. Get your own picks, mix and match, listen for information, and that's kind of what we're doing. Today it's a little more freestyle-ish, first episode, and we're just trying to build a good foundation and spread positivity when it comes to betting. And don't kill yourself. Gamble responsibly. Bet within your limits. Don't shame unit sizes. All that shit. If my buddy's betting 10 and I'm betting 1,000, and I lose my 1,000, I'm hyped for him for doubling his 10.
Seriously, yeah. And don't go crazy on lottos either. When I say sprinkle, I'll tell him all the time, if you're gonna tail it, just sprinkle. Put a couple bucks on it. You don't need to go crazy. You don't need to put 100 to win 30,000. Nothing, dude. Put $2 on it, bro. If that bet hits, you're winning probably 800, 900, 1,000.
It's don't chase the fast money all the time. And that's what those lottos are. It's chasing fast money. But hey, if you get lucky on one, go hit a straight bet. Double your money or get a third of your money. Then throw that third on a lotto.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And mix it up a little bit.
Some of the lines, too, are just stupid. Like,
well, yeah, you got to get it at the right time. And that's a big thing. Line movement, like, I don't know when you place your bets, but I'm placing my shit at like 2 a.m.
Well, I'm not doing it at 2 a.m., but...
I'm placing at 2 a.m. I'm getting the juicy overpriced, the minus 110 instead of the minus 130. I'm getting teams like Carolina at minus 140 instead of minus 180. And that's a big thing, bro. Like, you gotta watch those lines. And one thing I like to do is take a screenshot the night before and then look in the morning.
You compare it
and see how much it moves.
Yeah.
And then figure out why. You know what I'm saying? And dissect that.
Placing bets too early sometimes sucks too, because like I'll bet a player prop or whatever, and then I'll find out an hour before the game he's not playing.
Yeah, and basketball, bro, we were doing a bunch of stuff together, and then we would place it early and shit because we were hype, and then all of a sudden like 3 players are out.
And basketball is the worst at that, dude. Like, you'll have something so good that you're confident in, and then all of a sudden they'll tweet it, oh, he's not playing tonight because of this or that. Personal reasons after.
It's last second.
Yeah,
though.
they're like, oh, this player's out. Dude, after the All-Star break for the NBA, I forgot who it was. Maybe Anthony Davis. That guy's made of glass anyway, bro. He's always injured, always out, but
he's got a weak chin. He's got a
glass chin.
He's got a glass chin. We were watching the UFC the other day, and it was me, him, and my sister, and we kept saying this dude's got a
about Cody.
Yeah, about Cody.
Yeah.
We're like, he's got a chin made of glass, and she just didn't get it, and we're like, he's just got a glass chin and stuff. So you're saying that about this guy too?
Yeah, and not only that, like I was saying, like after the NBA All-Star break, it was Anthony Davis and Damian Lillard. They both were out for rest after, dude. They were just off for like 2 weeks for the All-Star break. It's like.
Didn't LeBron do that too?
Yeah, like after he broke the record, bro, he was just like,
he just wasn't
done.
playing.
Just
wasn't playing.
I think he's played in like maybe 8 games since he broke the record. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
He's just like, whatever, dude. I did that shit.
It's crazy. Like the load management, I feel like has to. Dude, they get paid so much money. It's like, come on, you just had 2 weeks off. Just play the game, But it is what it is. That's sports. That's betting, and
I tuned into the All-Star game for like a second, and I see Giannis like make one layup and then just leave.
He was, I think,
right?
Didn't he get injured? I don't know if he got injured.
It was something with he got a wrist injury before.
Yeah, before the game. Yeah.
Now, do players? If you don't know, I want someone to leave it in the comments. But do players have a contract? How the fuck you say it? Do they have a contract to play in the All-Star game? Like, are they gonna get? They're probably gonna get fined, right? I mean, they fine them for,
bro,
God knows what.
Dude,
it's like the craziest thing to me. Like, he'll say one word, it's like $50,000 fine. Like, dude, like,
it's
ridiculous. Sometimes.
No, it is. As far as like a contract for the All-Star games and stuff, I'm not really 100% sure how that works. I know it's definitely an honor to be in the All-Star, in the All-Star games, and you're chosen to be on the All-Star teams and stuff like that. But as far as a contract, I'm not sure. But you brought up fines. I cannot wait to see the fines that Ja Morant's gonna get for that shit. I can only imagine, dude. If people
if it's not going to court, he's not gonna have to pay that. But
So
we're talking 7 figures,
dude,
6
easily
6,
without a doubt, 100%.
He might as well just give back.
Dude, there's people almost getting freaking
advance.
6-figure fines for saying something, that people don't like.
Who twerked in the end zone during the season?
Tyreek Hill, maybe.
Someone did, bro, and they got fined. Like, I forget what it was. It was like
ridiculous.
I saw on Twitter. It was like 10,000 per booty
per
up
twerk.
and down. Yeah,
that's crazy.
That shit had me dead. But shit, man. Oh wait, Can you play the? I was watching. I had a couple games going on last night. We went 1-1. I had the over 6.5 in the Penguins and the Blue Jackets, and I also had the over in the Sabres game, which ended 3-2. The other one ended 5-4, I believe. But I tuned into the Lightning game because the Lightning have been doing this thing, bro. Like, You don't watch as much hockey, I know, right?
Not as much.
But you watch the lines.
I'll
and all
tune
that.
in. Like even if you're on a bet, I'll just watch it just
right.
to support you. You know what I mean?
Right.
But,
Yeah. He's a real fucking friend. And that's what you need in sports betting. You need people there for you when you lose and when you win. Because when you both win, it's like,
it's just the greatest thing.
oh my god. So I'm watching the Lightning because like I didn't know my opinion on them when it comes to them winning the Stanley Cup. I wrote in our notes 2 weeks ago that I think it's going to be the Lightning versus the Hurricanes or the Bruins, but honestly, the Hurricanes, like, I just don't think they're going to perform in that.
Right.
So that's really what was my initial thought. But I don't know. I was interested to see where they're going, and they beat Philadelphia last night 4-1, 5-1, something like that. But I was watching, and right when I tuned in, I started catching this. Here, play the clip, Tyler. It's just so funny. Tony D'Angelo comes out and does.
Number 77
The worst thing
for
you
Philly
could
has
do.
been assessed a 5 minutes major
just,
and a
like,
game misconduct
such a
for
coward.
sparing.
You the first one.
So there it is, and we saw the replay. It's if the stick landed where I think it did, it's a dirty, dirty move. Here it is again.
He just comes right in. Perry's not even, oh yeah, he knew exactly what he wanted to do, all right. That's got fine written all over it as well, too. We'll see where that goes in the next day or so. But this is definitely the right call. And you saw the reaction by everybody in blue after that.
Something like that.
There's the look.
That now?
Oh yeah, well he's suspended 2 games. There's always some type of fine. They always have to go upon the board and see what's going on. He's suspended for 2 games. But yeah, like if you board someone hard enough, you shove them in the board, you do some over the top shit, like you'll get fined. Yeah, you'll get fined, you'll get suspended. It's happened to a lot of players. And yeah, it's just crazy. I just saw that and I was just like, what the fuck? Like, dude just went in there and gave him a little poke.
Maybe it was. Do you think it was a little exaggerated on the guy's part to fall down, like make it look like it was a little more than it was?
I don't know, dude. He kind of like stuck him, right? He kind of like went boom. I don't know, dude. Hockey players aren't soccer players. Sorry, they're not just falling down for green
Flopping
cards.
around.
Yeah, dude. They're getting up and they're taking off the gloves. You know what I'm saying? Like soccer. Yeah, dude. Like Chris and I, like we'll wake up like we're such degenerates sometimes. Like we'll wake up, we're like, yo, we're done betting for like 2 weeks, take some L's, and then we'll like be like betting on some like table tennis and like Uzbekistan or some shit. Like we're just going off and like we've been hitting soccer lately, like just shit we don't really watch. But
I'm actually getting into soccer.
we
dude.
still
yeah.
we find the angles, and that's what I do with like NFL and NBA and stuff because I find the angles. Now I do watch those sports more than I watch soccer, but shit, man. Where the money is, the money is.
Yeah.
We killed in UFC. You do crazy in MLB, NBA, NFL. My specialties, NHL. Like,
MLB, bro. I'm looking forward to MLB.
you hit that crazy parlay.
I'm looking forward to it. I hit some other ones like players to get like 2 hits, parlayed a couple of them. Again, I go light, $10, $20.
I've never parlayed player props.
No.
I've only parlayed spreads and money lines and totals.
Yeah. Like I said before, I feel so much more confident parlaying player props or even anything player props than money lines. Just it's just how I've always been. But
well, I've been doing the player props recently. I've been releasing them on my Twitter.
yeah, the hockey ones are.
Yeah, dude,
lit.
we've been like hitting like literally like 4-1, 3-1, 3-2, 6-1. Like
You do a lot of the shots on goals.
shots on goals. That's really my biggest thing. Like we look at a guy like Tim Stutzel, like on the Senators, and he's went over 11 out of 12 for the last 12 games.
Wow.
11-1 over the last 12 games. Like it's stuff like that where you find consistency, just like in any other player prop.
Yeah.
And then you also look at situations: who's out, who's in. Is he gonna pick up the slack? Did he just move up a line? Because there's lines in hockey, so like 1, 2, 3, 4. So did he just move up a line? Did he just get onto the first line of the power play? I love to look at those situations for player props because we're getting guys at great value who just moved up a line.
Right.
So we're getting them at good value, probably over 1.5 shots, over 2.5 at plus money. And that's when you hop on those guys, even to score a goal, get a point. And look, they're not going to hit every night. I was telling you this the other day.
Yeah.
But it's just like any sport. They're not going to hit every night. But if you see they're hitting 13 for 16 and stuff like that, like, your units are going to be up if you bet the consistent guys. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Definitely, yeah.
You got to believe in them, believe in their ability, just like any other sport. So yeah, that's probably like the only player props I really dive into when it comes to sports. But I'll tell you on some player props and shit too.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I just wanted to make clear too, like when you're doing your research on player props, what I do is I look back the last 10 games how that player did. Then I'll look how they did versus that team. Bro, I'll go back.
So you're a
5 years, bro.
Oh, okay. So you do all that.
All that.
Yeah.
100%.
I like looking at how did they, like, I love betting a player prop or just totals and stuff like that if the team's played recently.
Yeah.
Like, that's my favorite thing, or at least twice in the season, because then we can see what they averaged, you know, with that team. And as long as all the stars align and, like, same type of players are in, there's no major injuries, like, those are the ones to hit.
Right. Like, for instance, Zach LaVine on the Bulls.
Okay.
Playing the Nets, he's a Nets killer, bro. He puts 30, 35, 40 points up. I don't know what it is. Him against the Nets, if he's
Just goes in.
dude, take LaVine over points on the Nets
Now
every
let me-
game.
Now let me ask you something, bro. And we're gonna wrap this up soon. It's the first episode. I don't want to go too long. Let me ask you something. Do you think that certain players look at their lines, like their overs, unders? Because, like, sometimes you'll have, like, 25.5, and this dude is 25, and you're just like, dude,
No way. Yeah,
no
it's
way,
like-
dude. Like, there's no way you didn't hit one more basket. Like, listen, I manifest, I do everything when it comes to all that stuff, but stars don't align all the time.
No, they don't. The books are
And when I-
almost too perfect.
They're great.
when it comes to
They're
the lines.
great. They're amazing. You got to respect them. You
Yeah.
got to respect them. Like,
But as far as like the player knowing
Hats
their
off.
lines, dude, yeah, definitely.
they look at it.
I've seen people where like the player didn't score the points or whatever, and the person who bet on them like tweeted them or messaged them on Instagram, and was like, "Dude, you just fucked me out of like $1,000."
Yeah, dude.
And sometime I forgot who it was, but somebody answered. Yeah,
There's Kevin Durant.
bro, and like he was like, "Oh, what's your Venmo? Like I'll Venmo you the money, like shit like that."
dude. I'm about to put my Venmo and Cash App everywhere.
And in football, it happened too, where like someone almost scored and they scored and it was like a penalty, so it came back. The guy messaged him after the game, was like, "Bro, you suck. I lost this money." And
Listen,
I think he gave him something.
I'm not one of those guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not one of those guys. Like, any loss I take it on the chin. Like, I took a huge loss in the past 48 hours that you guys have not seen. And you should be happy because I didn't post about it, so you guys weren't on it. But I took a pretty big
beating. Yeah.
I took a big beating. You know about it. We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah, we're not going to discuss that here.
But what I'm
but
saying is, this is what happens in sports betting. And I forget where my whole tangent was going, but this is the ups and downs, and you can't lose faith in yourself. Just bet responsibly, gamble responsibly, within your means. Don't tell your girlfriend you can't take her out to dinner because you spent all your money on gambling like me last week. But, you know, it is what it is. Valentine's Day was hard for all of us. Anyone who bet the Eagles, Valentine's Day the next day, that hit us with a smackaroo, dude.
Eagles had it.
We were at Parks together. We were at the casino together. We had big money on them. Oh, and what did you had a crazy parlay. You had a
Yeah.
crazy parlay, and it all came down to the Eagles winning.
Eagles winning and Patrick Mahomes the yards.
What was like an 8-10 legger?
It was-
dude. This ticket was like
Bro, it was like a fucking CVS receipt, bro.
yeah.
Literally, that's literally what it was. It was a CVS receipt. I threw it in. Well, bro, come on. It had to have been like 5 minutes before
You
the
were
game.
supposed to win like $5,000 off like $3 or some shit.
I think it was a little less,
Yeah.
somewhere in that range. But it
it was 1,500.
1,500.
Yeah,
I think it was on. It was like
It was
$40.
Yeah,
it was like 40.
But you hit every single leg except the Eagles.
except the Eagles
And
and
the
Patty
Mahomes
Mahomes,
by, like,
which I
20
think
yards
he
or
would have
whatever.
hit it had he not got injured. He came back, but
Let me tell you right now, when he got injured, I was in Philly. We all went crazy, and I'm not one to hate on someone getting injured, But when you're in Philly and the blood's pumping and the money's on the line and all that, like,
Place went
you'll
crazy.
take anything. And then I forgot Chris had the over on the yard, so I see him. I'm like, yo, Mahomes is injured.
I'm just sitting
and
there
he's
like-
just like, and I'm just like, oh, all right, I hope he comes back. But in my head, I was like,
You're like, fuck it.
yeah, I hope he doesn't come back. But I'm there for you, buddy. I'm supporting. But I had big money on the line, so I was not trying to lose that. And then what does he do? He runs out like he just got shot with cancer-curing medicine,
Yeah, dude, they
horse
pumped him up for
tranquilizer,
sure with something.
and he ran on that ankle like a track star.
He did.
He was jumping hurdles. He was like, I just want to run now. He just wanted to run.
Led him to victory too.
Give it up to the boy. Yeah, I'm still salty about that. But look, guys, this was a great show. This is our first episode. Literally, this is something like it's been in the making. If you've been following me, I've posted about it a couple of times. My boy Chris at Player Prop Chris on Twitter, everything. We just wanted to join up, and like I said, we both got different strategies. We both make money. I'm up, I think, plus 16 units. I don't know if he did his math, but
I didn't do my math.
But I know he's up because I follow his plays.
I'm up just because of the lottos alone. You know,
Yeah.
you're putting $10 to win 1,000, 2,000,
Yeah,
whatever.
and you
yeah.
hit him. If you
Yeah.
hit one a week, like, hey, all praise to you. If you can hit them, then take them. Do it. I take them sometimes. I don't post them, but I take them.
And I don't just do lottos either. I want everyone to know that too. I do put them out every night, usually, if I like to slate. But I also do, regular plays. I'll parlay a couple player props, stuff like that.
Like
but
a money line,
yeah.
a same game. Like, I think we cooked up a same game parlay once. It was like one hockey, and then we did like
I think football or something,
Jalen
maybe
Brown.
basketball. I don't know.
It was like one game. You remember it was like a Warriors game or something. And
Yes.
we like same game parlay.
Yeah, I
something
do remember that.
And done something like that. Like, I like same game parlays, but like say it's like I did one with the Hurricanes versus the Lightning the other day, and it was 6-0 Hurricanes. The Hurricanes opened at minus 175. I same game parlayed it and got it down to minus 110 with the money line and the over 4.5 instead of the 5.5 or 6.5 they open at, and you still get minus 110. So like, if you like a team to win, they can score some goals. Take that team total 1.5, the money line, get it to a nicer number. Some people are like, oh, don't juice parlays down to minus numbers. Hey, dude, like, if they got a better chance of winning, I'm doing it.
Doing it,
To
yeah.
me, it's the same thing as a straight bet.
Right.
If a team needs to score 2.5 goals, and they've scored 6, 5, 3,
All
5.
previous, yeah.
It's just like, to me, it's like it's the same amount of risk as taking a straight bet money line. So yeah, guys, that's the shit. We'll be here every week, every 2 weeks. We're still figuring that out. But yeah, dude, I'm excited for this
For
journey.
sure. It's been in the making for a little bit.
It's been in the making.
I'm excited for it. I really am. It's gonna be really cool to keep doing this, man. And
Hell yeah,
like
don't
you said, every
fucking get
week,
it.
every 2 weeks, we'll figure a schedule out. And again, I just want everyone to know that it's not just about betting. It's obviously it has a lot to do with it, but it's gonna be a variety of a bunch of things. So definitely tune in.
Giving knowledge.
Yeah,
Just
giving knowledge on
talking
everything.
shit. We'll eventually start doing some interviews. We'll bring on some of our favorite handicappers, maybe some other guests. Maybe if a viewer wants to come on and they hit a crazy ticket or they got some picks they want to give, maybe we'll have you on for a segment or two. Like, I just want to involve people, and I think we're gonna build something really cool. Straight Bet Ben, Player Prop Chris,
For sure.
Straights and
Straights
Lottos. Like,
that's it.
I want to shout out to my boy Tyler for letting us use the studio.
Yeah, for sure. We really appreciate it, bro.
Amazing place, amazing person, one of my great friends since I was 13. And yeah, so let's get it, guys. Straights and Lottos, episode 1. Let's fucking get it.
Let's get it.
We're out.